Hello everyone, welcome back to another series of podcast. I am Chandan Palwar from Grow Junction. I welcome you all to a gonna be insightful marketing and business development focused podcast or a one-on-one conversation with a personality having an expertise in sales that is powered by only Grow Junction. Today we have one of the great personalities with us, Mr. Pratik Guha. He is currently serving as a senior business manager at Practo, which is a revolutionizing healthcare by enabling consumers to find the best doctors around them and also book instant appointments, consultations, and make the overall experience better for the patients. He has accomplished this position, Senior Business Development Manager, with innovative leadership style and expertise in brand positioning strategies. He has an outstanding sales and marketing talents with ability to manage product related budgets. Before asking me what exactly product related budgets are, so I am not aware about it, so we're going to be asked about the terms that is currently in the introduction of Mr. Pratik Guha from Pratik Guha directly. So he has completed his executive program in sales and marketing from IIM Calcutta. He has also accomplished senior business development manager with an innovative leadership style and expertise in brand positioning strategies. He's a great influencer, although, and also having an ability and power to influence the people or influence the customers at Practo. It is also understood that his overall overall personality come a salesman. So let's welcome Mr. Pratik on board with us. So hi Pratik, how are you?
Hey, Chandan. Hi. That was a great introduction, and I feel that I feel so happy. I feel really very happy. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Well,
this.
that was my pleasure. So the thing is, I was just noticing that I must be repeating few of the lines. Meanwhile, I'm
No.
introducing you.
It
So the
was,
thing, yeah. So I'm glad that you liked your introduction. So the thing
of
is,
course, of it. It was
so I
very
just
overwhelming.
need to let the audience who are currently watching this video to know about Mr. Pratik. So he is into this sales and business development line since long, and also having a good hand in the sales thing. So now there's no need to worry about the questions like how to sell a pen and how to sell. So we're gonna talk about everything related to sales and business development. So
Perfect.
yes. So I think before beginning this entire session, so I think we would really love to know about you in detail. So anything that I missed upon your introduction, so we would love to hear about that.
Fine. So first of all, thank you very much to be a part of for letting me be a part of Growth Junction today. And so I hope whatever we are going to go and talk about in the next few minutes, I hope this really creates an impact to whoever is watching and all the viewers. And in this entire journey, if I am missing out on something, or if I'm telling something which is not supposed to be told, I'm really very sorry and apologize for that already. Right. So thank you again for the welcome. It was pretty overwhelming. So now talking about me, we already spoke a lot about the world of sales, marketing, and also let's keep all of them a little aside and let me just tell you who I am and where do I belong from. So my name, as you know, it's Pratik Guha. I basically belong from the city of Joy, Kolkata. So I am born and brought up there. And I did my class 10th. I did my class 10th. Till my class 10th, I was in Kolkata, and I did my class 10th from DPS as well as Army Public School. So Army Public School was the school from where I passed out. And after that, I came back to Bangalore. I came to Bangalore due to my dad's profession. So he has also been into the world of sales and marketing, correct? So he also heads one of the biggest MNCs today. And due to him, so we came to Bangalore. And trust me on this, I always had this entire, I would say, it was really very painful for me to leave Calcutta because I had my childhood friends there, the food, the sweets, and it was very emotional for me. But when I came to Bangalore, I mean, it was a new place altogether, and then getting to know a lot of new people, and eventually I of course got used to it, and I did my 11th and 12th from DPS Bangalore. Post that, I wanted to become an IITian, to be very honest, and I always studied for it, but I somehow or the other knew that I'll never crack it because my maths was completely messed up,
Okay.
I mean, बस कैसे करके तो मैंने pass कर दिया, So 11th and 12th for maths was a big trouble, and I did after my class 12th, I appeared for IIT, and unfortunately or fortunately, I did not get through. When I did not get through, of course, I appeared for a lot of other college examinations. I applied for BIT, I went for Manipal, and I went for, I went for VIT, I went for Manipal, as well as I went for SRM University, which was in Chennai.
All right.
And I got qualified for SRM as well as Manipal. But when I got qualified into Manipal, I was very glad. And that's when I wanted to do, or rather, I always had this from 11th and 12th, I would say. There was one examination, or there was a quiz contest which was conducted. I'm not sure if you are aware. It was called as TCS IT Whiz. Okay. It was called as TCS IT Whiz. So that used to happen in all these cities, right? Big cities like Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, everywhere. So, right? It was basically for the schools going students right from class 8 to class 12, right? So I always had this entire knack towards technology. Now, if I'm talking about technology, this knack obviously came by doing things which I was not supposed to. I used to download movies and songs when I was not supposed to. So all this entire hacks because that time internet was not very much feasible, and people or anyone who has the access to internet was a rich guy for us. Because that time there was no Netflix, no Amazon Prime, or no Hotstar, any of the OTT platforms. So we used to download movies from a website, I'm sure everyone will be aware, which is called as uTorrent, right?
Yeah, right.
So I used to do the torrent, and then the torrent got banned in India, and then I used to do it through a VPN. So doing all these things, my knack towards the world of IT increased, and then thankfully my dad was very generous to give me a phone. And I used to do a post-mortem of the phone by unlocking it and doing every sort of things just to understand what are the bits and pieces available on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I always had this entire knack. So when I did that, class 8th, I was in Kolkata, of course. And then that TCS IT Whiz, which was conducted by TCS. So from every good schools, right, all the A grade and B grade schools, there were only 3 people who were supposed to or who were allowed to even go and contest for it. And for that, TCS had a different examination conducting in school. If you qualify that, then only you will appear, or rather you'll be allowed to even appear for TCS IT Whiz. And surprisingly, all the 5 years, right from 8 to 12, I was there, right? I was always there. I was there in the TCS IT Whiz. And unfortunately, I did not get through the first round of first place and second place, but I was always a participant there, and I used to collect the certificates, and every year they used to make one certificate of a different color. So I have a blue color, I have a yellow, I have a green, I have an orange, I have a white. So that was always my knack. So when I always had this entire knack towards the world of IT, then I thought that why not go for IT engineering? And then I stepped on to Manipal, where I did my IT engineering. My first year, trust me, I'm saying this. I mean, please don't publish this, okay? Please crop it out. My first semester, my CGPA was 3.3 out of 10.
Oh my God.
I had 3
backlogs. Were you passed or not?
I'm telling you, I had 3 backlogs. It was just the first semester. So the calculation used to happen in a semester, in a year wise. So both the semesters included, right? 3.3 out of 10. I had 3 backlogs. Number 1, to not my surprise, it was mathematics. Right? Number 2, I had a backlog in there was a subject called as MOS, right? So MOS was basically which used to deal with all the it was a civil subject, civil engineering subject, where
getting it.
Area and perimeter, which was again maths again, so I again flung there. And the third was GI, that was graphic interface, right? So that was you had to bring up. I mean, I still don't understand what was the need of that. The big chart papers, and you had to plant and diagram and all these designs of a house and all these things, which was again related to civil, and I failed that also.
Oh my God. Unfortunately.
And that time all together. And also to top that, I also had my first girlfriend there. So
I think that was the only positive aspect.
That was the only positive aspect. And fortunately or unfortunately, my parents were like, bas girlfriend bana liya, padhai gaya khatam.
Okay.
A very obvious thing, you know.
I hope she's with you right now.
Let's
No.
come to that later. So that was how it was, and after that I flunked, and I had to clear those examinations before I clear my first year. Otherwise, I would have got a backlog.
Right.
And then I appeared for my back examination somehow or the other. बस एक चीज मैंने जो जिंदगी में इंजीनियरिंग लाइफ में नहीं किया है वो है चीटिंग. वो कभी नहीं किया, because that was always against my policy.
Okay.
वो ना मतलब I had friends, I had a couple of friends, I had a lot of friends who used to, you know, कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ
Right.
ना कुछ जुगाड़ कर ही लेते. वो ना यार मेरे से हुआ नहीं कभी. मतलब you know, I tried. अगर मैं बोलूं कि नहीं ट्राई किया, डेफिनेटली ट्राई किया मैंने. मतलब इंजीनियरिंग लाइफ में तो सब कुछ भी ट्राई किया है ना. सब जो चीज करनी थी नहीं करनी थी सब ट्राई किया.
Right.
So when I tried that, I मतलब मेरी फटी बहुत. I was super duper scared. You know, I took that chit paper and I kept it in my bag, you know, in my pocket, but I never had the guts to open and write it. मेरे से वो नहीं हुआ.
Right.
But fortunately, I had a roommate, and जो मेरा roommate था, he was a super studious guy. I'll take his name here. His name was Rishabh. Super studious guy. तो मैंने उसको बोला भाई देख मेरे को पढ़ा दे कैसे भी करके, and he was so sweet to me. He helped me clear those examinations. He taught me, and I finally cleared those examinations.
No, that's
And yeah, so engineering started with a huge bump.
right.
And second year, that 3.3 CGPA went to 6.8. I was happy. And then 6.8 went to 9.2 when I passed out. So that was something which was a great journey. So those 4 years of my life, and this is something which I would like to tell everyone, whoever is going to be my viewer. Hostel life teaches you a lot, you know. I mean, that's something which I personally feel when I grow up and when I have a kid of mine.
Okay.
You know, I always have this, and I've always you know, accepted this fact that yes, I would want my child to lead a hostel life. बहुत कुछ सिखाती है. I mean, you know, I think in that entire engineering life, or rather engineering 4 years, I think I learned about life much more than what I learned as a, you know, in terms of subject.
Right.
And it was amazing. I met so many people. I got to know them, got to know their good things, bad things. And the best part was, so I was always a very self-pampered, or rather highly pampered kid, and I still am, because I was the only child. I am the only child at home, right? So मम्मी पापा मतलब, you know, whatever I used to say कि मम्मी ये चाहिए, पापा ये चाहिए, तो मेरे को मिल जाता था. वहां पे जाने के बाद जिंदगी जीना कैसे किसको बोलते हैं, right? You get up on your own, you wash your own clothes, you wash your own plates, you manage your food. It was, you study on your own. तब मम्मी पापा पीछे नहीं रहते थे कि बेटा पढ़ाई कर लो.
Right.
Self realization होती है, right?
True.
Those 4 years was amazing. I think it was one of the best you know, time of my life, and I made crazy friends there. So I always had a group of 5 best friends, and right now you would be surprised to know one of my friend who I was talking about, Rishabh. He's right now in the he is right now situated in Shimla, that is northern part of the country.
Yeah.
Another friend of mine, Sahil, he is in the eastern part of the country called as Manipur, small place,
Right.
Manipur.
Okay.
My third friend Abhishek, he is in Pune, which is in the west of the country, and I am in Bangalore, which is south of the country. So all
Okay.
4 of mine are in the 4 corners of the country. And my fifth friend, Rimita, so she's married and she's right now in US. So हर एक कोई अलग-अलग जगह में.
She's not currently placed at center of India.
Correct. Otherwise वो मध्य प्रदेश हो जाता तो sort हो जाता. So we all are in absolute different horizons of the map. But we are very close. We are हमारा जो bond था hostel life में, I think the bond is much more right now. And I met a lot of people. I mean, these 4-5 are my handful friends. Apart from that, I met so many people. I learned so much about them. So and also this I did my engineering from Manipal, which was in Sikkim. So Sikkim being one of the most beautiful cities of the country. I mean, I had a great time. You know, trips जाना. पहली बार दारू पीना, पहली बार सिगरेट पीना, सब कुछ, you know, engineering life में all these things started. Right. And it was pretty nice, and it was a good journey of mine. Right. And right after that, when I appeared, the fourth year के जब time आ गया था, placements, नौकरी करनी है ना? So नौकरी करते वक्त, I appeared for two of the companies. I did not get through.
Okay.
बाकी लोगों के नौकरी मिल जा रही थी and I did not get through. And then BYJU'S happened. BYJU'S came.
All right.
And BYJU'S came for a campus placement, and it was very, very unexpected. I appeared for my interview at 11 o'clock in the night. And अगले दिन सुबह फर्स्ट राउंड था मेरा रात को 11 बजे, जो 12 बजे तक चला. अगले दिन सुबह मेरा 6 बजे सेकंड राउंड था in the morning, because the panel had to leave first from Sikkim. So
all right,
I applied for examination there also, and it was nice. मतलब हो गया.
Yeah, it was happened like it was supposed to be nice. That's
probably
why an ex-BYJU'S.
Correct, probably meant to happen. And I would again say this. I knew it that it was a sales and marketing job. Now the biggest question which I am asked by other recruiters or maybe other friends or colleagues who I talk to, कि भाई, when you were so passionate about IT,
right,
why did you switch to sales and marketing? Which was, I think it's one of the most common questions I've ever answered.
Right.
Trust me, I'm still passionate about IT. Okay, I am very inquisitive to know which is the latest smartphone coming, uska kya technology hai, kaun sa smartwatch aaya, usne kya apply kiya, ye nahi kiya. I'm always still that. But when I was my fourth year, when I actually maturity आई, right, I somehow or the other figured very few awkward things about me, right? Or I would say right things about me.
Okay.
So I always felt that, if I get into the world of IT, right, I would keep my knowledge to myself, because I would be an individual contributor where I would be doing stuff. So I would be coding, I would be working, which will make me happy, of course.
All right. Yes.
But sales and marketing has always been a people's game, right? You talk to people, you let people know. And to me, my one line knowledge, or rather one line which defines me, is that you only increase your knowledge when you spread knowledge. It's as simple as that. है ना? There is no point in keeping knowledge to yourself. हाँ, मुझे इतना आता है. अगर जो मुझे इतना आता है, if I'm not able to help someone with that, मेरा इतना knowledge रहने का फायदा क्या?
Right. True. Totally agree with you.
That was the time, and it was my 8th semester, because 8th semester में major project करना होता है, right?
Okay.
So these guys, BYJU'S offered me an internship.
Okay.
तो मैंने ये सोचा कि 6 महीने का internship है, करके देखते हैं, एक बार मजे लेके देखते हैं. अगर नहीं जमा तो ठीक है ना, I'll switch to IT because that's my field. और अगर अच्छा लग गया, why not? And then I got placed, and you would not believe my salary. My salary was 16,000 rupees per month. 16,000 rupees.
Oh, so that was your fixed payroll.
That was my fixed, and that was my first salary. 16,000 रुपया महीना.
Right. Okay.
So I joined, and when I got to know the job role, I took a step back. I was like,
right.
नहीं होगा भाई ये मेरे से, है ना?
Right.
You wouldn't know job role क्या था. BYJU'S, that time I'm talking about 2017, was a very small company. True. And I was the initial few guys who got into the company. Probably, if I have to name, my employee ID was 576.
Okay.
I was that initial part of the company.
Yeah.
So when that happened, so my job was कि BYJU'S एक product था, of course, educational app. You had to call customers, और customers को आप course के बारे में बताओ और बेचो.
Right.
जहाँ पे customers को idea ही नहीं है BYJU'S क्या है. And me not belonging from the sales and marketing, जहाँ पे I was studying about IT, C, C++, Java, I was talking to the customer and selling. I was like, hey भगवान, ये क्या हो गया? कहाँ फंस गया मैं और क्यों फंसा मैं?
Right. So it's like a driver of a car is asked to fly an aeroplane. It's somewhat like that. कि skills ही नहीं है. Right.
कुछ नहीं पता.
Right.
मैंने क्या किया? कॉल अपना लिया, घुमाया. 6 महीना काटना है obviously. कैसे भी करो, खत्म करो, and then निकल जाओ. I started working there.
Okay.
When I started working there, I still remember I made a lot of calls. मैं customers को बोल रहा हूँ. Then I was like कि भाई मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ जिंदगी में? But you would not believe that. I mean, the initial 5-6 days was a hurdle. But post that, when I started giving my 100%,
Okay.
and I'll tell you one more thing. Again,
Alright.
don't publish this.
Sure.
That was the time when I broke up.
Yeah, I promise I won't publish it.
So that was the time I had my breakup.
All right.
Okay.
No, I think that is somewhat so much entertaining for the for the people who are hearing it.
So when I had my breakup, right, I was really very sad, right? I was really very sad, and I was like, "क्या हो गया? Shit."
Right.
तो मेरा जो गुस्सा था ना, I mean that anger and that that I would say adrenaline rush जो जिसको कहते हैं, that frustration, if that's a word, yeah, वो सब मेरा निकला काम पे.
ठीक
I
है.
was like कि भाई सब कुछ जाए भर में, अब तो मैं काम करेगा.
Right.
And every day, you would not believe, those 6 months, I did not take an off.
Okay.
I did not take anything.
Okay.
And my anger, so I still remember my first manager. Of course, I mean, he used to come and say that, Pratik, हो गया यार, काम हो गया आज का, घर जा, कल आ जाना. मतलब मैं ऐसा था. और जब आने बोलते थे ना, I used to come 1 hour early because I used to feel कि मैं जितना घर में रहूंगा, and I mean, the more alone time I spend, right?
Right.
I would think about that.
To you. Right.
And that would keep haunting me, and that would keep disturbing my mind.
True.
And then I was like, leave it. मैं जा रहा हूँ office. And I used to make every call with that frustration कि भाई कैसे नहीं होगा? Sales तो होनी ही है. कैसे नहीं खरीदेगा customer? खरीदना ही है.
Okay.
I still remember my first customer, Minesh Patel. I still remember that was my first sale of my life. Minesh Patel from Ahmedabad, Gujarat.
Okay.
He bought my course. मेरे को बहुत खुशी हुई. I was like, yes.
Yeah, you must have felt a sense of a victory or an achievement.
Yes, correct. Because
right.
Correct. Because so for example, let's say when I am from C++ background, when I code and I make a code, right? I feel happy.
Right.
But when I'm doing something which I absolutely don't know, और उस पे achieve करना ना बहुत मजा आता है.
Right.
So ये हुआ. उसके बाद मेरा जितना frustration था, that those 6 months, that entire 6 months went out of frustration.
All right.
And fortunately, I mean, these people, they said, I mean, BYJU'S of course said that they would only confirm me if I hit a certain target in 6 months. I did that target in 45 days, right?
All right.
So 180 दिन का target था, I did that in 45 days.
Well, that's a huge achievement. I just need to tell to the viewers of this video that who are currently watching this, just to tell that selling is, I believe selling is one of the most important and most hectic and most difficult task for one, because you need a lot of your personality needs to be strong. You need to have a power of influencing people. You need to have a proper communication skills. You need to draw a picture in the consumer's mind or the customer's mind about that they actually need the product. So well, that's I think that's again a skill that you must be having since your childhood, because your father was again a salesman into sales and marketing thing. And so I believe the gene that you took from him must got you a skill as a sales and marketing champ.
True. I mean, to here, I would again, get back to you and say, I mean, I see the world of sales and marketing to be in a very different vision, right?
Okay.
I personally see that it's all on you. Today, I am talking to you right now, right? I'm talking to you and I'm telling you a few things.
Right.
You are hearing me out. You are believing me. I am selling myself to you.
Right.
That is how simple it is.
Right. So just to add on one thing, sorry to interrupt. So I was about to say this, that I was lost in your story. So it was like a movie was, I was hearing you so sincerely and I was lost in your childhood. You won't believe.
That's so sweet. Right. So it's all about, I am saying something and the viewers are hearing it. If they're believing it, it's as simple as that I'm selling myself.
Right.
Sales is all about your conviction, right? It's all about your conviction. Now, before I move ahead and tell you about how exactly the world of sales and marketing hit me, but then I have one thing which I have to tell it to you as well as all the youths who would be watching this video. Everyone in their life, everyone, I'm talking about everyone, have something that disturbs them. Everyone, right? On their personal level, on their professional level.
Right.
There's one suggestion which I have. If you are really upset or angry or disappointed with a situation, with a person, with something,
Right.
please try and channelize it in such a way that helps you, because
Okay.
that is very important. And trust me, I am saying this, agar wo breakup mera nahi hua hota na, I wouldn't have been so passionate towards my job. I wouldn't have.
True.
And that drove my that drove my interest and my knack towards the world of sales and marketing, and that's how it started. And post that, it was good, so I got converted. My 16,000 salary became 28,000 rupees. I was very happy. The day I got my salary, my first salary, I came home, I took my parents out for a party and for a dinner, and then baki ka jo tha, I went out to a pub, full ash kiya maine. That was how I invested and spent my first salary. And it kept on going, and then there was a time when I was moved to international campaign, so where I was selling to all the customers who were NRIs who were situated out of India, right? So you wouldn't believe where all I've sold. I've sold to the US, UK, Australia, Europe, Pakistan, Bangladesh, हर एक जगह, और वो भी call पे. I used to sell them over
Okay.
call.
All right.
So
That's quite unbelievable. So the thing is, didn't you find any barriers like a language or any sort of, understanding among the people?
No, because see, just because I belong from the I always belong from the education sector, right? Because that's how I start. Start my career. Education is something which is a need everywhere. You go to any of the countries, छोटा सा छोटा शहर और बड़ा से बड़ा शहर. Everywhere you go, I mean, the education is something which is a high voltage need of a person. So
True.
no, it wasn't. It was difficult a little, but then of course, everywhere or every person you speak to, you need to find yourself.
Okay.
Right? Because that's something which is there. Now, if I'm selling you this glass of water, I need to believe that this glass of water is right. That's when I'll be able to convince you that yes, this glass of water is selling. Right. So that international stint was really nice, and मेरे को एक साल हुआ था, and then I again had this particular disturbance in my mind कि भाई मेरे को अभी बनना है manager. है ना, मेरे को अभी बनना है मैनेजर. अब मेरे को क्या करूं, मेरे को मैनेजर बनना है.
Right.
I went to my higher authorities के सर आप मुझे बताओ करना क्या है, and then I will become a manager.
Okay.
So again I said I was doing an inside sales role where I was calling customers, right?
Okay.
So my manager told that Pratik, not my manager, my manager's manager. So he told me that Pratik एक काम कर, you leave this inside sales, office काम को छोड़ दे, you come to direct sales model. Now what is direct sales? I will call you. I will tell you that, sir, I am here. I'm calling you from XYZ BYJU'S, and I'm really interested to meet your child. Let me meet your child on Saturday and Sunday, and let me go ahead and sell you the course.
Okay.
ये था, मतलब कस्टमर के घर जा जाके बेचना था. As simple as that.
Right.
मैंने बोला सर ये तो नहीं कर रहा मैं. ना इंजीनियरिंग किया मैंने इतने खर्चे से. मम्मी पापा की बहुत उम्मीद है, and you expect me to go home and sell.
Right.
Like ये तो नहीं होगा. I was like sir ठीक है, मैनेजर बाद में बन जाऊंगा, अब नहीं करूंगा. नहीं बना मैनेजर. 1 महीना हुआ, 2 महीना हुआ. I was like नहीं, I want to become manager. मेरे को वो नहीं होगा ही नहीं, करना ही है.
Right.
And I went to my manager again. Sir, please कुछ कर दो. He's like प्रतीक, वापस से बता रहा हूँ, do this.
Okay.
I was like ठीक है, मुझे बताओ करना क्या है. He's like this करना है. तुझे 2 महीने का टारगेट जो नॉर्मल एवरेज होता है. So I'm giving you a bare minimum 2 months target. You give me 21 lakhs in 2 months.
Okay.
The 61st day, you become a manager. I promise you. I was like ठीक है, किसी को बताऊंगा नहीं, let's do this.
Okay.
And you would not believe, Chandan, I mean, I had such a great time in those 2 months. I met so many people. And I went to big shot people. Trust me on this. I went to CFOs, CMOs, MDs of tier 1 class 1 companies, right?
Okay.
I learned so much. I had a great time. So I used to go to office, and I had a very, very hectic schedule, by the way. I used to go to office, and I always stayed in a part of the city where it was 25 kilometers away from my office, right?
Oh.
I used to reach office at 9:30 in the morning. I used to start calling customers. ट्यूसडे, वेडनेसडे, थर्सडे, फ्राइडे 4 दिन कस्टमर्स को कॉल करो, अपॉइंटमेंट शेड्यूल करो. सैटरडे एंड संडे आई यूज्ड टू लीव होम बाय 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Take a cab, go to 4 different homes, उन सबको जाके कस्टमर को कन्विंस करो, बेचो, एंड देन कम बैक. एंड मंडे ऑफ होती थी हमारी.
Okay.
मैंने 2 महीने मैंने कुछ नहीं सोचा कि मैनेजर बनना है ही है मेरे को. कुछ नहीं सोचा, जो चाहिए मैं करूंगा.
Right. Okay.
And in those 2 months, my target was 22 lakhs to be very honest, 22 point something. मैंने ना, you wouldn't believe चंदन, those 2 months मैंने कैलकुलेट भी नहीं किया कि मैंने कितना किया और कितना नहीं किया. मैं बस करता गया. I just kept doing.
All right. So then.
And when 2 months ended, my revenue was 41 lakhs.
Oh my God.
41
Oh my
lakhs.
God, I can't believe it. So it's like
41 lakhs.
100% hike. So like it is phenomenal.
41 lakhs. I went to sir. I was like, sir, आपने 21 लाख मांगा था, मैंने 41 lakhs दिया. अब क्या करना है? He immediately called XYZ person, got my manager interview scheduled. I gave my manager interview. I became a manager.
Okay.
In a span of 3 days, I was a manager.
All right. So like that's quite,
That was a
yeah.
transition from me being an associate or intern से manager बनने का. ये था मेरा सफर.
So the thing is, it is so motivating to hear a story from you about your, your post-breakup journey. So most of the people, what oftenly people does is, while having a breakup, so they end up doing dirty things. So they end up destroying their life. They end up, harming their own self. So I think that's quite, kind of one unique thing that I found in you. So
thank you so much for that.
That is a quality in you.
Thank you again. So go ahead, Chandran. Yeah, you're saying something.
Yeah, so I was just having a doubt, like before, just beginning this whole introduction and all, whatever you're trying to tell us about your story. So I just need to clarify one thing. There's a lot of, there's a confusion in lots of people about the difference between the sales part and the business development part. So is there any like a thin line difference between both of them, or there is a huge difference, or there is a similarity, or even the both the terms are same, but it's just like we used to call it in a different phrases? So what is it?
Yes, so of course, there's a huge difference between what we call as sales and what we call as business development, right? So again, there's when I talk about sales, correct?
Yes.
When I talk about sales, I am selling this. I'll give you an example, all right?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me give you a very productive example. So I'm using an iPhone, right? So let me just scrape out the cover, okay?
Yes.
I'm using this iPhone cover, and this is a cover, a brand new cover. I bought it last week, right?
Right.
I bought it for 450 rupees. I'm just telling you, yeah.
Okay.
So, sir, this is something which I'll be selling it to at 450 rupees. Right? You pay me 450 rupees.
Okay.
I'll sell this to you. I'm done.
Right.
This sales.
Right. Okay. All right.
Business development is, I have this cover, which is 450 rupees. I sell this to you.
All right.
I also see how this product reaches you.
All right.
I check, that is how the logistic part is.
Right.
I also see whether this is fitting your entire phone properly or not.
Okay.
That is how the product fit is.
All
I
right.
also see whether it's functioning properly as what I've promised.
All right.
That is how the operational part is.
Right.
And I also take a feedback from you probably after a week by asking you, Chandan, I gave you the cover. Is this all working fine? That is what you call as post-sales services, right? So this is something which is, so sales is sales. Business development is a huge world where sales is just a small part.
All right. So I think sales can be a part of a business development.
Absolutely.
All right. So I think that you cleared, I think a mysterious question. So the thing is, most of the people are like, they are supposed to, get a role in a business development line. So they think, oh yeah, it's a tiring sales job. You just need to call and do sales. So it is not restricted to sales. I just want to let people know. So it is more, more vast as like an ocean. So you need to have like from the product fit, as Mr. Pratik already told to us, from product fit to after sales services. So, okay. So thank you so much for, clearing our doubt.
As the name says, right? Business development. So I'm developing a business. So I have to develop that particular business. So I have to take care of a lot of things, right? My product, my tech part, my logistics, my operations, my post-sales. So including everything, that is what business development. It's a huge world. Sales is just a part of business development.
True. So it's like developing a business is correlated to, taking care of a customer.
Absolutely.
True.
That's how you term it. Correct.
Well, that's so good. Okay, so as I can see that you are having a strength in your communication.
Correct.
So it was like you were speaking for continuous 30 minutes. I was just observing that. So like I'm sure about it that we must know that you're having a power of influence. So that made me and the viewers of this video interested while you're speaking, while you're sharing your story.
Correct.
So what if like we want to know how can a person be enthusiastic in a way that he or she may improve her communication skills? So what do you want to suggest to those
Right.
persons?
So see, communication skill is something which is a huge world. Okay, it's an ocean.
Right.
I personally feel that the vocabulary I have when I'm talking about the English vocabulary, I think it's okay. It's standard as per the requirement.
Okay.
You would be surprised to know I don't watch Hollywood movies. I don't read storybooks. I don't watch Hollywood series also. The only Hollywood series till now I've watched is Money Heist, which I love. That's it. Right? I am a big time Bollywood guy. मैं गाने हिंदी सुनता हूँ. मैं movies हिंदी देखता हूँ. So people have this entire misconception that okay, let me go ahead and watch a Hollywood movie, or rather develop this particular habit of watching English stories, or rather hearing English, that would help you improve your communication skills. I think yes, it might, but that is not the best way to improve your communication skills.
All right.
The best way to improve your communication skills is, even if you're speaking wrong English, talk, and trust me, I'll tell you how my communication skill increased, right? So it's a very small story. So I was in Calcutta till class 10th, right? Till then, I always had my school friends who used to speak in Hindi. They used to speak in Bengali. So my Bengali and Hindi, that was the only two languages I used to communicate in. So my English, my mother does not have a very strong English. My dad always did. But still, he never used to speak to me in English because he did not really, he always made me self-dependent, right? कि भाई खुद ही सीखो सब कुछ, right? So what happened was, when I was in Calcutta, I had this habit of Hindi and Bengali. सब कुछ सही चल रहा था. When I came to Bangalore, right, here people speak either in English or they speak in their local language, which is Kannada, right? Okay. Kannada तो बॉस सर के ऊपर से गया था और अभी भी जाता है. 15 साल हो गए, मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता. बस इतना पता है इल्ला मतलब नो होता है. That's it. So that's the only thing I know.
All right.
यहाँ पे people, so
I think you must have lost so many opportunities through illa.
Of course.
If a girl comes to you and asking for your proposal,
illa. So yeah, of course.
Right.
So when I came to Bangalore, right, I met so many people, right?
Okay.
And I was a state level cricketer, by the way, just letting you know. I played state level cricket for Bengal as well as Karnataka, right? So मैं cricket बहुत खेलता था. So यहाँ पे people used to speak in English.
Okay.
मेरी English इतनी strong नहीं थी. मेरे पास कोई और option था नहीं बोलने के लिए. I used to speak English, and when I used to speak English, I used to speak wrong English. When I used to speak wrong English, people used to make fun of it.
Okay.
And there was a day, trust me, I really cried. That why am I not able to communicate? क्या हो रहा है? And that was the day, boss. कि एक महीना and I will speak good English. And trust me, that is how I kept speaking. I told my friends कि जितना मजाक उड़ाना उड़ाओ, so that I improve. Make fun of me.
All right.
Insult me. है ना? बट ज्यादा insult करोगे तो मैं मार भी दूंगा. But उतना नहीं. But insult करो. Put me down. Show me down. That's how I will get up. And that exactly happened. And somewhere or the other, my vocabulary did come to a level where I think people do understand what I try to communicate, and they also try and understand the emotions I try to trespass through it.
Right. So I think well, you have well said this. So there's no course that gonna help you in improving your communication skills.
Right.
It's only you that is
Absolutely.
responsible and also accountable to your own self in communicating in a good manner.
Right.
So the thing is, I think one thing that I've observed while in this entire podcast, so like by like Mr. Pratik, so one thing that I need to share with all the viewers who are currently watching this video is that Mr. Pratik creates short deadlines for his tasks or for his achievements that is planned in his mind. So the
Right.
thing is, I think creating deadlines, like earlier you said that you created a deadline to be a manager in 2 months. So
Correct.
now this time you created a deadline for 1 month, and you need to you learn to speak English. So
Correct.
creating deadlines is the first and the foremost. First thing is plan, second thing is put a deadline. I think
True.
then,
Very
yeah,
true. I think if I need to articulate that in a better way,
yes,
it's just like have short-term goals
right,
and don't compromise on that goal. Please don't compromise on that goal. I personally feel nothing, legit nothing should come when it comes to that particular goal.
all right,
I'll tell you something very small. When I started earning, right, I had this entire thing before I reach 30,
all
right?
right,
Before I reach 30, I need to have a salary figure which is six digits.
okay,
मुझे 6 digit का salary जो है, I need to do it before I turn 30.
okay.
I did that at the age of 25, right?
Well, that's great.
Right. So I always have this, and when to achieve that, there's no compromise. There is no compromise. Either don't have that goal, or else if you have that goal, please don't compromise on that.
Right,
Respect that. Respect your time. Respect your decision. Forget everyone in this world. Respect your
right,
time and respect your dedication towards this.
right. I think you have well said this, well framed this, and moving forward with one of the thing, you are currently a senior brand manager at Practo. So the thing is, what are the standard roles and responsibilities of you at Practo? So what are the responsibilities of
Sure.
yours in your daily activities? That
Right.
is one question, and a similarly aligned question is how to become a business manager.
Okay. So I think I'll answer the second question first, and then I'll go ahead with the first
Please,
one.
please, please.
Yeah. So how
Actually,
to
the thing
become a
is, I was
yeah.
knowing this. To be really honest, I was knowing this that so I put both the questions at a similar time because I
Right.
knew that you must be you must be putting things in a different manner. So the thing is, that's why I put both of the
Okay.
questions at the same
No
time.
problem. No problem.
Please,
So
please.
how to become a business manager? I think you can call yourself a manager the day you know you can manage yourself. I think that sense of responsibility that will come with time. That is not something which you have inculcated in you. कि भाई मैं पैदा होते ही the day I start learning myself and the day I start working I become a manager does not really happen.
Okay.
You go to the successful startups, you go to the successful entrepreneurs, everyone they struggle a lot and they struggle, they fail, right? I think the day anyone can manage themselves. Now, when I'm talking about manage themselves, it's not only professionally, manage themselves professionally, manage themselves mentally, and trust me, the most important, manage themselves emotionally. The day you can do that, I think you are good to go and you are in the right direction towards becoming a manager. Now, every organization has a different time frame to make you a manager or to, to actually promote you. But to be very honest, you go to any of the organizations or rather any role, maybe a technical role, maybe a non-technical role, have your goals set and go to your leader, ask him, sir or ma'am, I need to achieve this. Tell me, what do I need to do to achieve this?
All right.
That is something which is very important for you to actually go in the path of becoming a business manager. Now, coming to your first question now, what are my key roles? So basically, as I said, I belong from the edtech industry. It took me 5 years to 5 years in the edtech industry, and now I'm in the healthcare industry.
Right.
If I tell you in one line, I help solve problems, right? I help solve problems, right?
Okay.
Trust me, when I talk about solving problems, go ahead and talk about any organization today,
Okay.
right? From, let's say, a $1 million valuated company or probably $100 billion valuated company, every company who is successful today, they are in the mission to solve an issue or solve a problem, right?
Right.
To drive that, I basically take care of a lot of things, right from the hiring process. I do also interview people. I do also hire a lot of people, right?
Okay.
I do see few qualities in them before I take them into my team or other in the organization. So hiring is also a part of my KRA. I do hire people. I do take care of the business responsibility, the revenue responsibility which you talk about. At the end of the day, business only runs with only one thing, which that language everyone understands. That's paisa, right? I help company make more money in the most cost efficient way.
Okay.
I also take care of the ROI index. Now, people
Yeah.
who are MBA aspirants or MBA students, they would understand what ROI is. But let me just give you a one-liner. ROI simply means return of investment. That simply means that if I'm spending 100 rupees on you, how much will you return it to me in a month, right?
Right.
So I take care of the ROI. So in BYJU'S, of course, my ROI it was basically at 1.4x. That 1.4x was the ROI when I started. I took that to 5.3x, right? Where I was spending 100
Wow.
rupees and I was getting 500 rupees on that. So
Exponentially growth.
yeah, so that is how that is the major thing which I take care of. Hiring, of course,
Okay.
and the operational challenges, logistical challenges. Of course, there are a lot of things which I generally take care of. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. So the thing is, you have successfully answered both of these questions. So the first part was how to become a business manager. So you have explained it in a really simplistic manner. So few of the speakers might have a possibility that they just put in some high level keywords that you need to do this, you need to do that. So,
Yeah.
but in your case, so that what I intercept was you just need to build your own personality to become one. So
Correct.
it was
Absolutely.
one liner answer, so that was great and a huge appreciation to you. And coming forward with considering the time time fact, so you have already informed me earlier that you are having a busy schedule and could not exceed the time limit of 50 minutes. So
Right.
considering that, I think we can call it a day. And I would like to thank to the audience who are currently watching this video to have a patience outlook in throughout the podcast or the session by Mr. Pratik Guha, an eminent personality.
Thank
So
you.
the
Thank
thing
you
is,
so much. I would just wrap this up
yeah,
by saying one last word of mine. That is, if
would
there's
love.
only if there's anything which you can take away from this particular conversation between me and Chandan, or probably whatever my wise or maybe unwise words were, the only takeaway from here is believe in yourself and just believe in yourself. Everything else will follow. Everything else will follow.
Well,
Yeah.
totally, you have I think this particular session, I'm sorry guys, I just mentioned that it is marketing oriented podcast, but it is actually here live lessons are being distributed by Mr. Pratik. So well, that's really really great and like honorable for you in our case. So I think uh, so, well, thank you so much for coming with us and having onboarded with Grow Junction, a platform which is a network firm.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, would you like to say something about Grow Junction?
So yeah, I mean, of course, you guys are doing something really great. I mean, people do seek. If I would have had some any kind of bandwidth to when I was a let's say an engineering student, if I could have had this opportunity to hear from leaders and hear from people who have been through this, trust me, my direction or my conviction towards the world of sales and marketing would have been much much easier. And Grow Junction basically is the platform, or I feel that's being a medium where it's helping a lot of aspirants sort their mindset, because if your mindset is not on the right track, it becomes really very difficult, right? So it'll people who are watching this, they must have watched a lot of other videos also, but I feel watching this or rather being a part of Grow Junction has been an honor, because I think that probably I can create some little impact on anyone who is watching this, and if I create an impact, I'm successful.
Thank you for your wise words. I believe you have concluded the podcast, this session in a very, very, very nicer way. So thank you so much, Pratik, for getting with us and helping most of the viewers in clearing various mysterious doubts like sales versus business development and many more. So thank you so much
Always. Thank
for
you so much,
joining
bro.
us.